Arnold Koch, and if you're looking for happy times to be here again, and we all are, then you want to be at Memorial Hall on November 15th. That's when there'll be the Great Gatsby Gala, which will take place featuring Dan Gabel's 10-piece High Society Orchestra and vocalist Elisie Roth. All the proceeds will go to the American Big Band Preservation Society. It's a non-for-profit organization dedicated to preserving, promoting, and performing this great music with a special emphasis on our youth and schools. Each has a very impressive background in their chosen professions. While at UMass in 2009, Dan took time off to play trombone with the Glenn Miller Orchestra. He recently received his master's degree from the New England Conservatory of Music and is presently music department and band director at Holy Name High School in Worcester. In 2012, Dan was chosen as the next president and CEO of the American Big Band Preservation Society. Tell us all the things that are going on. The poster is terrific.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, thanks. And I think they'll show that on the screen.
Right.
Elisie can tell you a little bit more about that. She
Right.
designed it. But thank you for that introduction. That's, gee, I don't deserve it, but
You
I
earned it.
appreciate it. We're really excited about this event. And as you mentioned, Gatsby Gala, and I think that kind of says it all. So it's hearkening back to the era of Great Gatsby. If you've seen the film or read the F. Scott Fitzgerald book, it's going to be a night to remember. So we have everything from a vintage dance band, so the High Society Orchestra. We can talk about more about the actual music. But the event is going to have a Charleston contest like they would have had in the 20s. In fact, if you've seen It's a Wonderful Life, when Jimmy Stewart's dancing falls in the swimming pool,
dance
they're
floor.
doing the dance.
Right.
That's the kind of thing. There's no swimming pool at this venue. So Charleston contest, best dressed gent and lady. There's going to be a vintage fashion dealer there, as well as a hatter who sells hats. There's a full cash bar, dance floor, dance instruction. Everything you could possibly think of is going to be at this event, and complimentary hors d'oeuvres as well.
It's a cash bar. I thought it was Prohibition still.
Yeah, that's right. See, don't tell the cops.
I was going to bring my hip flask.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
So you have tables and
yeah, so table seating, which will be really nice. There's centerpieces, and candles, and there's going to be little prizes and giveaways at the tables. So it behooves people to get a table seat. There's also general admission. If you know Memorial Hall, it's such a great space, and it'll be so great to be back there. And it has the arena seating and these beautiful leather seats. So that's the general admission. And then we're offering a big student discount. So that's considerably cheaper. It's just $15 with a valid ID. So we want to bring in young people to this event.
You do a lot of research and doing arrangements and all that. Some of the songs you'll be playing are those you have researched and brought back, or from their era?
So the other part of this event is it's going to be a CD release, and the band just finished their album, the High Society Orchestra, and by and large they're all original arrangements from the 1920s that myself and John Clark, who's a musicologist and great alto sax clarinet player, and he's put together and a really great program of music from that era that we've either dug up from the era or transcribed it, meaning writing it out, the arrangements, and it's an incredible book. We've got about 400 arrangements in the book at this point.
We once had the Happy Feet Orchestra here for a show, Linda Ellert.
That's right.
And she no longer has the orchestra, but I think he was with her.
He was with the band, yeah.
Right.
In fact, they did the taping here, right?
Yeah.
What a great band.
She was amazing. She would listen to an old record and then write it down, note by note.
Exactly, and that's the kind of stuff that I do and John does as well.
You actually listen to it and write it down?
Listen to it and write it down.
You have to have perfect pitch to do that, or?
Yeah, something like that, or just be able to recognize certain sounds that you hear. There's certain typical sounds that I know. For example, we do some Duke Ellington, we do some Fletcher Henderson, and I'll hear a Fletcher Henderson recording, and I'll know that, I know that Fletcher would have done something like this, and then I'll write it down, playing the piano. Yep, that's it. Match it. So it's painstaking. I mean, it's many hours of work.
Oh, there's a change in the weather and a change in the sea. So from now on there'll be a change in me. My walk will gonna be the same. I'm gonna.
It's a pleasure to have with us now Elisie Roth. Elisie hails from England, and she's been a long-time devotee of the big band era, and she's currently you're studying your master's degree in vocal performance at the New England Conservatory, and you're really a busy person.
I do keep busy, that's true, yes. I've got a production going up in a couple weeks that'll be an outreach production of Hansel and Gretel that we're doing also same sort of mission as the ABBPS to get music that's not really taught in schools into schools. So it'll be their first exposure to opera, teach them what it is, how scary it is when someone can just use their voice, their power of their voice to express themselves. But
yeah, but you have to have a powerful voice to be
Yes, we do try to project at that hour of the morning. Sometimes it's 9 or 10 in the morning. Not a singer's favorite time.
Right. Do you have to you rehearse a lot and all, of course?
Oh, yes.
And speaking of your voice, one of my best friends, Edward Bernays, who was the founder of Public Relations, which you're involved with, he lived to be 104, and Caruso was one of his clients.
Oh, really?
He told me he once got a phone call from Caruso in Pittsburgh, who was about to give a performance the next day, and Caruso said, "I need more pillows in my room. I'm getting a draft."
Oh, no.
And Edward had to call the front desk to get Caruso more pillows.
Immediately, I'm sure.
They're so protective of their
Yes,
voice.
of course. Scarves all the time.
Yeah,
Tea.
so I want to read you some names. Tell me what they have in common. Peggy Lee, Doris Day, Rosemary Clooney, Joe Stafford, Lena Horne, Sarah Vaughan, Bing Crosby, Billie Holiday, Perry Como, and Frank Sinatra. What do they have in common?
Well, all fantastic singers of the big band era.
That's right.
Of course.
When in those days they would just sit in their chair, and when it was time for them to sing, they'd get up and walk to the mic.
In fact, I mean, there's a fantastic video of Helen Forrest, who's one of my idols from Artie Shaw's band, singing Deep Purple. And
I have that.
Yeah, the band has started, and they do the first couple choruses, and then she just sort of drifts in.
Yeah.
She sings her part, and then she drifts right out again.
Yeah, right.
It's fantastic.
And people don't realize that if you went in the Paramount Theater in New York, you do 6 shows a day.
Yeah.
First one at 9 in the morning. I mean.
Oh, again, those morning times.
Yeah. All right. So, well, it's great to have you, and we'll see you on the big stage on the 15th.
Yes, it's fantastic. 20s music. It's so much fun to dance
also,
to.
you have your own business, or you do marketing as well. You did the poster. Did you do the poster?
Yes, I did the poster. I love doing design work. I really enjoy looking up, doing a lot of research for the posters of the era. Just fantastic eye for design that they had, watercolor, beautiful shapes, all that sort of thing. So I tried to bring those design elements in there.
Yeah. Do you watch that TV show? Was it Boardwalk?
Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done a good job with recreating that era.
There's a new CD with the group, which is interesting.
Yes, the High Society Orchestra's first CD will be released as part of the Great Gatsby Gala event, and it's been my pleasure to record my first professional CD in a booth and everything. I'm so used to just singing live and not using a microphone. It was very strange for me to adjust to that. It was about a year ago that I started singing this big band music with Dan Gabel's band, and I had never used a monitor or microphone before, so it was a lot of things to get used to. But I really enjoy it. It's so much fun, the music, and I hope you'll enjoy it too when the CD comes out on the 15th.
What are some of the songs on the CD?
On the CD, there's Thou Swell, a 20s staple, Putting on the Ritz as well, made famous by Fred Astaire.
Right.
What else? Mood Indigo, an Ellington favorite, and there'll be some changes made as well.
That's the one you sing, I think.
I sing all of those, yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
My God. Is it the 18-piece or 10-piece orchestra?
The 10-piece, 11 with vocalists,
Right,
High Society
right,
Orchestra.
yeah. At the big event, the ticket prices and all that, and
Yeah, ticket prices are I think they're reasonable given what you're going to get, and also to remember that all of the proceeds are going to the
Right,
not-for-profit.
that's terrific.
Keep the music in the schools.
Right,
We've got
yeah.
some great plans for the next 2 years, 2015, 2016, for school programs to keep this music going. So,
Remind me. What have you been doing with the society for?
it's been incredible the kind of work we've been able to do. We did for example, something with middle schoolers. I think it was 3rd grade through 6th or 7th grade. There was about 500 of them sat cross-legged on their gymnasium floor.
Terrific.
The curtain opened, and you should have seen their reaction. For an hour, they were just totally into it. The full big band played, and we talked. They asked great questions. A lot of them had never seen a big band live.
Right.
So that kind of opportunity
Yeah.
is what we're working on.
Now,
We can bring the bands
Would
in.
the school music director get them into instrument training and all that?
Yep, and we can help the local music directors by giving them arrangements that we have in our archive, and just a whole list of resources. It's really incredible work. And now, as a high school music director, I really understand that kind of, and that sort of thing really helps. But you asked about the ticket price.
Yeah.
So it's $50 a ticket for table seats. You can get an entire table for $350, which is as if you get one seat free. So it behooves you to buy the entire table. And as I said, there's perks to getting the table. There's prizes and giveaways for table seat goers. And then there's general admission, that's $25, those great leather seats.
Right.
And something else neat from the era, it was built in 1912, right, Memorial Hall.
Amazing.
And under the seats, there's a rack where you can put your top hat. So if you come in vintage attire, which we're encouraging, it's a formal event, so if you can come in a tuxedo, or you don't have to, but there is a prize.
Right.
But you can put your top hat under the seat.
Right.
So that's $25, and then the student discount price is $15.
Right. And the tables go around the dance floor?
They will, and the dance floor is going to be huge. If you know the venue, it's a beautiful wooden floor, 40 feet by 60 feet,
Right.
so plenty of room to dance.
Yeah. Of course, in the original days, they only had one microphone. There were no. Now, do you have one microphone or?
We'll have mics on the stage, but mostly because we want to record the event.
Yeah,
We
good.
like to play acoustically, and it's a
Right,
great hall to
perfect.
do that in.
Oh,
So
yeah,
just one
that's
vocal
yeah.
mic out front.
Yeah.
Actually, Elisie is amazing. She can sing without a microphone. She has the opera
I know,
training.
I can
And
imagine.
in the day, Helen Forrest and those
Yeah,
great
right.
singers,
Yeah.
they could just project over
Yeah.
the band. It's
You're
incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
But what you did with the Von Monroe.
Right, that's one of the projects I'm working on. There's so many, but I'm writing his biography.
Right.
And we hope that this spring, 2015, and fall, we're going to do a tour with the full Abletones Big Band with strings, with a vocal group called the Gabel Gals,
Right.
and Bucky Pizzarelli on guitar.
Right.
Tribute. We have the original Von Monroe library. So that's the kind of thing that the Big Band
Right.
Preservation Society can do.
You'll be racing with the moon.
That's right. Yep.
Well, we hope we see you all on the 15th of November in Memorial Hall. And to get tickets locally, you just go to Miter Biter, which is right across from the YMCA, and you'll get your tickets. Also, you can order over the internet on the website we just mentioned. And it's going to be a great evening. And I hope if it's a sellout, watch out, get your tickets. Thank you very much.